I am Daniel Gio Caballes, and I will be discussing the first problem given to us. The first problem states that we should write a sketch that applies bonus scores to given scores in the range of 1 to 9. The program reads a digit as an input, and then if the digit is between 1 and 3, the program multiplies it by 10. If it is between 4 and 6, it multiplies it by 100. If it is between 7 and 9, it then multiplies it by 1000. If it is 0 or if the value is not a digit, the program must report an error. We are also tasked to create two program versions, one that uses a switch statement and the other one uses a nested if-else statement, and at the end, it should print the calculated new value in the serial monitor. Okay, so for the first part of our problem, we will be using a switch case statement. This is the code we have made for the problem. We have set here the baud rate for communication between the serial monitor. We have set the while condition, and we have set what should happen if the condition is not met. So for the void loop, the part that will be looped all throughout the program, we have made a condition that if serial.available is greater than 0, it will be read and then it will be set as a score. The switch cases will then proceed to check if it should be multiplied by 10, 100, or 1000. Here I have already tried it, but let's try it again. Let's put first 1, then 2, then 3. So, after I put 1, 2, and 3, it printed 10, 20, and 30. This satisfies the first three cases. Now, moving forward for the next three cases, 4, 5, and 6. It also satisfies the needs. And for the last parts, 7, 8, and 9. Everything has been satisfied. Now, let's try it with a 0. It prints the error we have set, the error message we have set. Let's try letters. It also reads it as invalid. Let's now proceed to trying the nested if-else statements. The void setup is actually the same, only the void loop is changed because instead of switch case statements, we will be using nested if-else statements. So following the pattern, we will only, instead of seeing the word cases and then the numbers separately, we will be setting else if statements, if and else if statements, sorry, where for the if statement, we will be creating the range, we will be creating a condition for the range 1 to 3, and then for the remaining ranges, we will be using else if statements. So, if digit is greater than or equal to 1, and digit is less than or equal to 3, we should print digit minus 0 times 10. So the output should be the same as the one we have seen earlier. And that is also the explanation for the remaining parts of the code. So let's now try it. Try to input one. Oh, let's start simulation first. Now, let's try to put, let's clear this first. Now let's try 1, 2, 3. The first part has been satisfied. 4, 5, 6. Then the second part has been satisfied. 7, 8, 9. Everything has been satisfied. Now let's try 0 and letters. Invalid input. Letter. Invalid input. So there, we have solved problem number 1, and we have shown how it can be done in two different ways, specifically the switch case statements and the nested if else statements.
So this is problem 2. So we are tasked to make a program that will take two inputs of primary colors, then display the secondary color, that is the result when the first two inputs are combined. So here on the void setup is where we declare the baud rate of our program. For this, we use 9600 as we can see here. Next is next is a while loop that will continue to run if the user hasn't input the minimum number of primary colors input needed to start the program. And on this part is where the inputs are converted into lowercase to further match values that will be stored inside the void loop. So here inside the void loop is where the inputs are located. The program will ask for two primary color inputs, then store them inside the variables named color1 and color2. After this is the last part of the input validation. There will be an if-else statement that will check if the inputs are correct, otherwise an error message will be displayed. So the error message is here as we can see, invalid input, please enter a valid primary color. The last part of the program is a nested if-else statement. This will then determine the output of the program if the correct values are typed. So an output of purple is expected if the inputs are red and blue. An output of orange is expected if the inputs are red and yellow. And lastly, an output of green is expected if the inputs are blue and yellow. So let's say that we input the same colors for the first and second input. So let's say, for example, the first input is blue and the second input is blue as well. So this is where the last part of the nested if else statement will work. So it will display an error message saying invalid input. Please enter two different primary colors. So that sums up our code. So let's run our program. So as we can see here, I'm gonna clear this up again. We have an Arduino board here. This is an Arduino Uno R3. So we have uploaded the code inside this board. So we will now start simulation. So clicking start simulation. As we can see here in the serial monitor, we're now asked to input the first primary color. So here we have the choices that we can input. So let's first try red. Then it will now ask for the second primary color, and let's try blue. Let's do it in order. So the expected output here for the secondary color is purple. So next, let's do blue for the first primary color, then yellow for the second primary color. So the expected output of this is, as we can see here, it's green. So for the third one, let's try yellow, or red first for the first primary color, then yellow for the second primary color. So the output of this is the secondary color, orange. So now let's try inputting colors that are beyond the range of the primary color. So let's say purple, and then let's say another purple. So here we can see the error message invalid input. Please enter valid primary colors. So that concludes the code or the program for problem 2.
Greetings, I am Erica from Technic Group, and we were assigned to create a program that calculates the area of the circle, area of the triangle, and area of rectangle. So, if the user enter number 1, the program will ask the radius of the circle so that it can calculate the area of the circle. Number 2 is for the area of the rectangle. The program will ask the user to enter the length and width of the rectangle. And number 3 is for calculating the area of the triangle. So to calculate the area of the triangle, the program will ask the user to enter the length of the triangle base and its height. So for number 4, it is used for exiting the program. There will also be a input validation where when the user enters a number outside the range of 1 to 4, it will display an error message, as well as if there is a negative inputs, there there will also be a error message. So let's start by explaining our code. So this part, void display menu, void calculate circle area, void calculate rectangle area, and void calculate triangle area. These lines declare the value of each functions. And for the void setup, we selected 9600 for our serial communications. And for our void loop, mm, this is where the main menu is executed repeatedly, and also it waits until the data is available using the serial dot available. And we also use a switch statement to perform different action based on the user's choice. So for case 1 is for calculating the circle, case 2 for rectangle, and case 3 for triangle area. So for the void display menu, it simply prints the menu options. Here, as you can see, the different options 1 to 4. And in the void calculate circle area, this is where the calculations takes place. Here is the formula. Also here in calculate rectangle area, there will be an error if if the user input a negative value. And here is the formula in getting the area of rectangle. And for the triangle area, there's also an error message and the formula to calculate the area of the triangle. So let's test this code by starting the simulation. So let's say I selected number 1. As you can see, the program asked me to enter the radius of the circle. Here, the area of the circle is 314.16. Now let's test to calculate the area of rectangle by inputting number 2. So the program asked me to enter the length of the triangle. Let's say it is 10. Well, the width is also 10. There, the area of rectangle is 100. And let's try to calculate the area of triangle by selecting number 3. As you can see, the program asked me to enter the base length of the triangle. So let's try 30. And let's enter the height of the triangle 40. As you can see, the answer is 600. So let's try to exit the program by entering number 4. That's it. So what will happen if the user enters a number outside the range of 1 to 4? So let's try entering number 5. As you can see, there is an error message that says invalid choice. Please enter a number between 1 to 4. So that's it for problem number 3. Thank you.
Good morning. ma'am. So here's the problem 4 of the lab activity. So sa part naman po na ito is kunin yung average score and dapat makita rin kung ano yung lowest exam score, then kung anong grade by letter. So A as the highest and F as the failing grade. So here is the code on the right side. Here is the Arduino Uno on the left side. So let us discuss the code. So ang ginamit po namin is float. Then may apat na grades na i-average and then yung sa sum din naman is float. So sa program is to ipa-prompt sa user and tatanungin kung anong ang score sa exam 1, sa exam 2, sa exam 3, sa exam 4. And then the lowest grade would be 0 and the highest grade would be 100. And then i-average din po yung i-average yung score and then magpi-print ng dito sa part na 'to magpi-print ng lowest exam score. So i-identify ng code kung ano yung pinakamababa. And then sa exam average, kunin yung average ng mga score. And then dito po sa letters na high yung A yung pinakamataas, which is kapag above 90% yung average, magre-result ng A. Pag ah, greater than or equal to 80%, the grade would be letter B. And then sa 70 and then sa 60, depending sa grade or sa average na makuha sa percentage po. So let's start the simulation. Dito po una, tanong ko anong sum score sa una. Let's try to get an average score na 90 above. Exam 2, exam 3, then exam 4, 90. As you can see, the lowest exam score was 85, and then the average would be 91.67%. Then ang lumabas na grade is A, and then magre-reset na ulit siya. Babalik na ulit siya magtanong kung ano yung exam score na 1 para sa panibagong set ng scores. Ngayon, let's try to get a failing score na letter F. So, ayun po. Lumabas na ulit. Your lowest exam score was 20, which is yung nilagay natin kanina. And then yung exam average is 31.67%. So, less than 60% na ng average. So, ang lumalabas is, ang grade niya is letter F. That's all. Thank you.